coming at you live from, well, we're not live. We're recorded. But at the moment, we're live on Memorial Day 2026.
Yep.
Talk about that in a few minutes. But before we go into Memorial Day and our topic for the week, Jay, could you remind yourself what we talked about last time?
Always reminding myself. It was assumptions for what Brits assume are things that happen in America and what Americans assume are things that happen in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it. Also, I had a frog in my throat.
It sounds like it's
still
back.
A little bit there. It's still a little bit there. I think I talk too much during the day. That's what it is. It's assumptions, the frog in the throat, and there's a few other things.
We talked about soccer versus football and offsides and things like that. We argued a little bit, or we shared our argument about duvets versus comforters.
Yep.
Red Solo cups. You sang a little bit. You want to go into another rendition of that for us?
Definitely not.
Yeah. So last time was all about assumptions. We also talked about how my sister does the worst English accent ever, apart from Don Cheadle.
Yeah, it's pretty close actually to John Cheadle's. Pretty close.
Again, we'll save that for another podcast.
That's another podcast. Yeah.
Another episode. But for today, we're going to talk a little bit about Memorial Day and summer, things like that. But before we do, I have actually chosen the warm-up for today.
Oh.
So today's warm-up, it's kind of similar to something we've done before, but also kind of not. It's word association. So I'm going to give you a topic. I'm going to count to 3. And on the count of 3, we both say the first word that comes to our mind when we think of that topic. So for example, if the topic were school, I'd say 1, 2, 3, and you say the first word that comes to your mind when I say school. Get it?
I think so. It's just when you said school, I'm like, what comes to my mind? Nothing came to my mind. Is like, I'm thinking, what
for
would
me,
I say?
It was homework for me.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. I still can't think of what would come to my mind when I think of school.
Okay, well, this would be a really fun warm-up then.
Okay, we may cut this out.
No, we cannot, because I say embarrassing stuff all the time, and I'm like, can we cut this out? And you're like, no. So no, we cannot cut this out.
Okay.
Tech team, if you're listening, I'm looking at you, Jay.
I am the tech team.
Don't cut this out.
Okay.
Okay, so first category is podcast.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Lots of work.
Funny. Lots of work from the tech team over here. I think we're getting a work complaint from the tech team over here.
There's a lot of work behind a podcast.
Yeah. But it's funny.
It's fun. Yeah. Hopefully it's funny. People find it funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, after we've done this, I'll go off and spend the next maybe hour and a half cutting things out, putting things
probably
in.
More.
Probably more. Adding the music.
Yeah.
If there's any sort of glitches or sounds that shouldn't be there, trying to take them out, cutting things together. And for me, it's a lot of work when I think of a podcast.
But the podcast itself, like actually recording the podcast is not.
No, the podcast's
fun.
It's fun. That's why we're still doing it. It's like 20 episodes in and we're still doing it.
It's also just like a conversation between us. Like it's not, we're not putting this on. We're not, I'm going to put on this persona.
Yeah,
no. It's just,
I think that's why the people who do follow us and do listen to it, that's why I like it. It's natural. And the thing is, after 20 podcasts, you couldn't keep up that. If you had a fake persona, you couldn't keep it up for 20 podcasts.
Yeah,
so
very true.
I think I do enjoy it. It's fun. I mean, we laugh along at things. We talk about things. It is fun. But afterwards, it's a lot of work.
Well, thank you for all your hard work here.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Next category is summer. 1, 2, 3. Beach. Van?
Van. Yeah, van.
Why van?
My dad's van. I think when I think of summer,
there's a story there.
When we were younger, Dad used to take us down to the beach, Southend. For anyone who lives in London or around London, you know where Southend is. It's sort of a beachy area. Not
opposite of North End, maybe?
Yeah, pretty much. It's actually on the East Coast. I don't know what South End, I don't know. But South End Beach, we used to get in the van. My dad would put a mattress in the back of the van, and we put me and my brothers, like 3 brothers, he'd put us all in the back of the van, and then him and my mum would be in the front of the van, and they'd be driving. Take maybe an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour. We get down the South End. He'd park up in the van. Then he'd go out, and there was like a little cafe, and they did like tea and biscuits and cakes and things. And he gets like a couple of mugs of tea and some sandwiches, and he'd bring them back to the van. And we'd be sitting in the back of the van on this mattress, and we'd be like having cups of tea. He would say, "Dad, give us some money. We want to go to the arcades." And then we'd run over to the arcades with our money, and we'd go on like the slot machines, all that kind of thing. And then we'd come back, and then Dad would be sunbathing on the beach. He'd just go down and he'd go sunbathing on the beach. Because he's one of those people that when they get sun, they go brown. That's my dad.
Oh, he tanned.
He tanned. I got another brother who's like 3rd brother along from me, and he's the same. Sees a bit of sun and goes brown. Me, I'm the exact opposite. See a little bit of brown, I'm like a lobster, and I start moaning because I'm in pain and my skin starts peeling. Yeah. So it's for me, the summer was being in the van, going to South End to the beach, playing on the arcades, and doing that when we were kids.
That's really sweet.
Used to go with my cousins as well. So my dad and his brother used to arrange for all of us to go on usually a Saturday or Sunday. So we'd go, and then my cousins would go, and we'd all meet up down there. We'd all, like the parents would be sitting there having beers and whatever on the beach, and we'd be in the arcades. So when I think of summer, I think of the van and going to the beach.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. I love that.
Yeah, it's very different.
I love that. That's a nice little story time. We should turn the warm-ups into story time moving forward.
Maybe.
I actually had another category, but I'm not going to go there because I think your word there took us perfectly into the podcast. Your story took us perfectly into the podcast there.
What, our podcast is to do with a van?
No, the story.
Oh, our podcast is about a story.
Oh, your hard work.
That's why you married me.
So our podcast today is a sort of a brief nod to Memorial Day, which is today, and it's basically in the U.S. It's a day of remembrance for all the like military servicemen who have been lost in active duty, and so it's a somber day. It's a sad day. It's a day for remembering. There's like a national moment of silence at 3 p.m. And it's specifically for like the servicemen who have been lost in the line of duty. But I think a lot of people kind of forget that that's what Memorial Day is, because it also happens to be kind of here, at least, like the official kickoff to summer. So it's the first sort of post school graduations and school letting out at long weekend that like the mom and the dad would get. So there's probably like a beach trip involved or something. So it really is, that's now it would be considered on season at the beach that we usually go to. So officially, quote unquote, summer has started. And so I did want to give a quick nod, obviously, to Memorial Day and what it actually represents, what it actually stands for. But then also kind of go into, the official, unofficial kickoff to the summer season. And that kind of ties in perfectly with the story you were just telling.
I see now I see where the link is.
Yeah.
Summer and the season and kids going to the beach and stuff. Yeah, I get
exactly.
it. Good.
Exactly. So, when is the like official kickoff to summer, quote unquote, in the UK? Would it be around this time? Is it just when the kids are out of school, or?
That's a good question. I think there's not really a date when we would say it's the kickoff to summer, because in the UK we don't really know when summer is, to be honest. We could be sort of talking with a friend and be, wow, it was really warm yesterday. Yeah, that was summer. So summer in the UK could be a week, could be a few days. If you blink, you miss it usually. So yeah, we're not really sure. So there's not really that kind of official, unofficial. Today is the start of summer. I mean, we have our equivalent of Remembrance, Memorial Day. We have Remembrance Day in November. We have the official day, Remembrance Day, for when I think it's the First World War finished, which was the 11th of the 11th at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m.
You and the dates.
Yeah, 11.
The 11th of November, November 11th.
But that's
November 11th.
That's why I said like that, 11 a.m.
At
Because
11
whatever way you do it.
Well, that's true.
11th day of the 11th
but the whole
month.
of the 11th of the 11th of the...
So yeah, it's the 11th of the 11th, whichever way you
November
do it, at 11 a.m. And that's Remembrance Day. And again, like you said with the silence, people will sort of have a 2-minute silence at 11 a.m. to commemorate the people who've lost their lives during the war. And I think it's the second Sunday in November. Could be mistaken. I think it's the second Sunday. We have the official Remembrance Sunday, which is the one where the king, I mean, you usually see it on TV screens, will walk down sort of this pathway road and lay a wreath, a big memorial called a cenotaph in central London, which you've seen. We went to London, you saw that.
Yeah, I remember.
So that's Remembrance Sunday. And then we have obviously Remembrance Day. So two things. One is they're both to commemorate the fallen during the wars, but the 11/11/11 commemorates the ending of the war, and one on the Sunday is Remembrance Sunday to remember the people who had fallen.
I see. So one of them's more kind of like I hate to use the word celebration related to this, but it's like the war is over.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of. Remembering the war is over, and then the one on the Sunday, Remembrance Sunday, is remembering the fallen people who've given their lives.
It's kind of two separate things, which I mean, I think that's appropriate, right?
Yeah.
I think that's appropriate. But yours is in November. We have another sort of military holiday in November. We have Veterans Day, which I think is also November 11th. Funnily enough, so it must be to do with like World War II. There must be.
I don't know if it's World War II or World War One, but it's something.
But yeah, November 11th here is Veterans Day, which is separate. But so obviously, with it being in November, that's not going to mark the start of summer for you.
No, we can't say that Remembrance Sunday marks the start of summer. Probably towards the end, if we have a summer. But I'm trying to think while you're talking, and as I said, I can't think of a holiday that sort of kicks off summer.
Is it when the kids get out of school? Like, is it?
Oh, the kids get out of school in July. It's usually end of July. Yeah, end of July, sort of July 22, 23.
That's
maybe.
really late.
Well, they go back in September. So September the 2nd or 3rd, first Monday in September usually. So, I mean, it's nice. It's about 6 weeks. It's a nice holiday.
Yeah, it seems kind of short to me though. And I don't.
What is it over here again? I mean, we discussed it before.
Well, I think we usually got out of school in like May, I think, and would go back sort of late August. If not September. It's getting more towards September now, I believe. But it's been changing. It's gotten later and later. Like when I started school versus when I ended school, it had gotten later. It seems like it's gotten a lot later. For example, I have a brother who is graduating this week. Like the end of, so again, it's the end of May, the very end of May when school is finished. And it would be sort of late August, early September when they go back.
It's a long break.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the break in the UK seems quite short. But yeah, I mean, obviously what marks the summer is different depending on your age as well, you know? So as a kid, the start of summer was the last day of school. Yes.
Yep.
You know? But as an adult, it is sort of the official start. Memorial Day weekend, I would say, is sort of the official start of the summer season.
And it's raining today.
Yeah.
So the start of the summer season, it's raining.
Well, we're about 2.5 hours from the beach, and my understanding is that it's actually not raining at the beach. So if you're at the beach,
probably where most people are today.
Yeah. But speaking of, you know, at the beach in summer and everything, kind of going back to your story.
Yep.
Beach trips, like summer vacations or summer trips, how are they, you know, different? I wanted to kind of explore how they're different, because here it's like, you know, summer means like backyard barbecues. Is that
No.
Is that a thing? No?
No, it's not really a thing. I mean, we had a backyard when I was growing up. Not a big backyard. I mean, but it is a backyard. And we never did sort of barbecues in the backyard. I mean, in the summer we'd go out, play in the backyard, have friends in the backyard, maybe eat in the backyard, but never a sort of a barbecue really. Maybe, if I think of it, maybe once or twice, but it wasn't a thing. Oh, summer's here, let's go out in the yard and have a barbecue.
Yeah.
So it's not really that. I mean, when I think of the summer from when I was a kid, summer holidays from school in July, August, vacation, like our parents would take us, we'd get on a plane and go to Spain, Mallorca, somewhere like that, somewhere that was warm and hot, which it wasn't in the UK.
Yeah.
And that's what most people did. That's why the prices tend to go up. And that time of the year, it's very expensive, like to take a plane journey.
Yeah, we would sometimes go to the beach during the summer, but like it's like a 2.5 hour car drive. It's not a plane ride. Like that's the thing. Like you would hop to other countries, and that's what amazes me. Like so many like Europeans that I've spoken to or whatever have been to so many countries. And you made a very good point. It's like because we don't have any of this in the UK.
We don't.
We have cold and we have rain. There's
That's
like 1 day of summer.
Yep. I mean that's it. We sort of touched on it before. If we want the warmth, we'll go to Spain, Portugal, Greece. If we want the cold, we'll go to sort of Iceland, Norway, Sweden. If we want the big sort of theme parks, we'd have to come here. We'd come to like Florida for a theme park.
Yeah.
Disney World or Disneyland, whichever one is in Paris. That's quite close. But basically we have to go somewhere. Over here, I mean, everything you want is here.
Yeah.
You've got the hot weather, you've got the cold weather, you've got nature, you've got the theme parks, all that kind of thing. So,
yeah.
You know, a lot of people say to me, oh, Americans, they don't go anywhere. Why do you need to? What do you need to go somewhere for?
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Yeah. True. I mean, we'd never been anywhere, you know, as kids. It was the furthest we would go is like the beach. But I mean, we don't have to go anywhere. Like you said, for the heat comes to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
In North Carolina, especially, if you want cold, the cold's coming to you around December. If you want hate, Lord help us for the next couple of months because it's about to kick off.
Yeah, it's going to be very hot. I mean,
we've already had like 90, almost 100 degrees.
Yeah, and May.
That's in May, like, which is, I mean, we're pushing 40 Celsius. I mean, that just for anyone who might not get the Fahrenheit thing, like we're pushing 40 already.
Yep.
In May.
In May.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
July and August specifically. Oh, and a little bit of September as well. Like we're going to be hot for the next few months. Speaking of hot, speaking of going back to the beach, I'm just tying it all into the beach.
Yep.
Beach activities. Beach.
Oof.
Do you I know you said you don't really barbecue. Do you barbecue on the beach? Do you?
Not really. I mean, if we went for a summer holiday, we'd be doing all holiday things. So be on the beach, obviously with my brothers, we'd be playing around, we'd have a football, we'd kick the ball around on the beach, go swimming in the sea, do some snorkeling, like go to the store, go and buy a cheap set of like goggles and sort of snorkeling thing and get into the sea, and then the water would come in and you go, that's what you get for spending a few dollars or a few pounds on this. So the water would come in and you'd be like spluttering and sort of drinking seawater. So yeah, I mean, when we got older, then it was different. We'd jump in the parasailers, parasailing, pulled behind the boat and you go up in the parachute. We'd do that, or the inflatable thing. I can't remember what's called, like an inflatable sausage. There's like,
What?
like 6 or 7 people on this inflatable thing that looked like an inflatable sausage, and it was pulled by a boat at about 90 miles an hour in the sea.
Really?
Yeah, and you'd all be sitting on it, and the guy on the boat would sort of take these sharp turns, and 2 or 3 of you would get thrown off.
Wow.
So that was a thing. Jet skis, you'd hire a jet ski for like 10 minutes, and it cost you about 500 quid just for 10 minutes.
I'm sorry, 500 what for our American friends?
500 quid, which is about $750. So yeah, that was it really. You're older, and it's like you do the adventurous things. Younger, you're playing around, and as I said, Mum and Dad would be on the beach, kind of sunbathe, especially Dad. Just he'd come back and he was brown and brown, like a mahogany table, brown, brown, brown. And I'd come back and my skin would be peeling, my nose would be red.
Yeah, you warned me about how your skin does. And see, the thing is, I'm very pale. My skin burns very easily. I thought I was bad.
Yep.
And you warned me about you, but I'm like, you can't be worse than me. Cannot be worse than me. Wrong-o.
Yep.
Yep. It was insane. Like you come out in more freckles.
More freckles. I mean, I've got a lot of freckles already. I'm staring at mine now, and it's a lot of freckles.
But they come out like it takes like maybe 15 minutes. Like this is not an exaggeration. You're out there for maybe 15 minutes, and I can see a visible difference in the number of like freckles and stuff. Your skin goes so red, so fast.
That's why I tried to stay out of it. I think it's the Irish in me.
Yeah.
Mum and dad are Irish. See, I was born in London. My mum and dad are Irish. My whole family's Irish back for generations and generations.
Yeah, what was the ancestry test? Like, what, 97%?
Can't remember the exact number. One of my brothers
90
did it.
something.
I think it was 96 or 97% Irish and 2% Scottish and 1% Viking, something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
Viking is something like that kind of thing with the numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not exact.
Heavily Irish.
Extremely heavily Irish.
Which you knew. I mean.
Yeah, of course, because like I said, mum and dad are Irish, both from Ireland. Their parents, history right the way back.
Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of 97% or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Irish, and like a small percent of Scottish.
But yeah, you got the Irish skin for
so
sure. I don't know what happened with your dad and your brother.
Yeah, dad, I don't know what happened there. He's just goes like mahogany, and the same with, as I said, one of my other brothers. Gets out in the sun, wow, brown. Me, I've gone red. So,
yes, and it's not a drill, and it's even worse than me. And I like, those red Solo cups we talked about last time. There are photos of me red as a Solo cup. That's how easily I burn. But you even worse. Couldn't have even imagined.
Yep, exactly.
What about like, beach attire? Because I think you call it something different than I call. You say swimming costume, don't you?
Not really. Trunks, swimming trunks.
What would you call a woman's?
Swimming costume.
Swimming costume, yeah.
Bikini, one piece.
Yeah.
Swimming costume.
Yeah, so
she's wearing a swimming costume.
Yeah, it's a bathing suit.
Yeah, bathing suit.
Bathing suit for me. It's a bathing suit, or obviously a two-piece, a bikini, whatever. But you say swimming costume, and I'm like, trick or treat, like.
Or a pair of trunks for the men.
Yeah, exactly. Flip flops, obviously. I'm still surprised you don't grill though.
Yeah, it's not really a cultural thing.
I was surprised. I think the first time that we ever grilled anything together, and we haven't grilled many things.
When we were on vacation in Spain.
Yes, we were on vacation in Spain. The first time we grilled anything together, I was surprised by how you were like, "How do you do this?" I'm like, "What do you mean? You're a man.
Yeah,
you know how to grill things."
I think American men are born with that intuition of grilling. They just see a grill and they're like, "Wow, a grill! I'm going to put this on and that on, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, and that's for this, and this is for that." I'm like, "What are these tools for? How long do I leave this meat on? Do I put it here? Do I put it there?"
And I'm listing like, we're going to need some charcoal. We bought one of those disposable grills.
Yep.
That's just like a little, it's almost like a foil pan.
Yeah.
With charcoal in it, basically. So we bought one of those, and we figured it out. We got everything, cooked. But we made the mistake of setting this portable grill
on a glass table. I think, to be fair,
I'm gonna leave it there.
I made the mistake of putting it on a glass table.
Well.
Very nice. It was nice of you to say we, but I made the mistake.
To be fair, I'd never seen a portable grill. I'm used to the like big old like chunky grills that you put together, that you have to roll on wheels. I'm used to that kind of grill. So when you got this little portable grill, I'm like, I basically have no information at this point. I have no experience. So it wasn't just you, but but yeah, we set this grill on this glass table. And when I say the table exploded, I mean, just like out of nowhere, there was no warning. There were no cracks. There were nothing. The table went.
Literally exploded.
Yes.
The thing is, it waited until the food was cooked, and we're both sitting there with a plate of burgers, and we had some Did we do hot dogs and buns and things and some beans or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah, yes. That's exactly
Two big
what we
plates
did.
of all the food on.
Yeah.
And just about to tuck in, it went, the glass exploded.
In our food.
In our food, yeah.
Yeah, glass all over the food. The food was
all
not
over the
savable.
food. Burgers all over me and all over you, and beans and everything. It was like,
Yeah. I screamed bloody murder.
Yeah.
You got up and went, oh, well, we'll go out to dinner. And I'm like, that's the first time I realized you're actually a psychopath. Like, you didn't react in any way. I'm just like, how did you not scream? Like, everybody in the little, like, place we were staying is probably looking at me because I screamed.
What was that noise?
Murder.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was just,
and
but
you're just like, oh, well.
It's very much like, I'm very much kind of reserved and I don't really panic. I kind of see what's happening and try to sort it out. It was like the table exploded. And, the table's exploded. Food all over the place. You know what? Let's just leave this and go out and have something to eat. And you were like,
You're just like completely calm. Just like, it didn't faze you at all. Oh, la-da-da. Just a normal day. What? I'm going to need you to have a reaction. But yeah, that was
funny. Actually,
that was our experience with grilling.
Yeah,
and that was the summer in Spain.
It was, yeah.
So
because obviously there was no summer in the UK that year. So we are.
Saying that, I don't think I've ever. I mean, as many times as I've been to the UK with you, like I've never felt like a really hot day. Yeah. In the UK, which is, to be honest, I don't like a lot of heat, so that's nice to me. But
yeah, I mean, it doesn't really get too hot. I think last year or so they've had some of the hottest summers on record on hottest days, but I hadn't experienced any of those, and they're very rare. So. Yeah,
I mean, you haven't experienced any of the hottest days in the UK, but you basically swap that for Inferno.
Yeah, it's here. Different over here. Yeah.
So.
June or July, it's going to be chaos.
I think you've earned your stripes.
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
So I guess that's about it, really. A reminder to the listener: follow, subscribe, leave a comment, maybe.
React, unlike Jay. React to a post. React to...
Don't just sit there like I did and go, oh, that was okay, and move on.
That was a nice podcast. La-da-da.
Yeah. Another follower or 3 would be good. Or 300. That would be nice. Hey. So yeah, that would be nice if you can, dear listener. Follow, subscribe. Leave a comment. It'd be nice. I haven't seen many comments.
I would love to see some comments,
see what people think.
Questions.
Yeah, that would be good.
A Q&A podcast would be ideal.
If you have a question, ask us and we'll do it in one of the podcasts. If you want to know about the Brits or you want to know about the Grits.
Or if you want to know about USA. How much we argue about insane wording choices. Which
we do.
Yes. All of the time. There was something you said the other day. What was it?
I can't remember.
There's something you said. I'm just like, what? Even now, together 10 years, or almost 10 years, married for 4.
Yep.
What?
There'll be something every day. And it's like, what did you say?
Yeah.
Nothing? What do you mean? It just comes up. So, on that note, I think you should say goodbye, Chris.
Goodbye, Chris.